Hello and good morning. It's a brand new day and it feels great to be back here.
It certainly does. We can only hope that you had a nice and restful Monday. You know how it is at the beginning of the week.
Yeah.
Well,
there's a lot of pressure. There's pressure to get going, to make plans, have meetings, chase
and
those
get
checks.
that money in. If you know what I mean.
And well, hey, like we always like to say, you should start as you mean to go on. And we're starting our week with the best.
Yeah, of course, all the right ingredients in the right quantity to last you throughout the week. Of course, it's going to be nice if you are going out this morning. We are streaming live on tvcontinental.tv and on Facebook. You can look us up on TVC Connects. Now, of course, if you want to participate on the show like you usually do, we're giving out stuff, tickets and stuff.
Yeah.
Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria. Also, we have great clips of past episodes of the show on YouTube.
And of course, our kitchen is a very, very important part of our day. We get breakfast done every single morning and we have Chef Tina in the building.
Chef Tina is in the building.
Complete with the hat.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi, Yomi and Titi. How you guys doing?
We're good, we're good.
Yeah.
How is it that you and I, Titi, are twinning today?
I don't know. You know, you never know how your
Was there a memo that we didn't get?
Honestly, I think we actually.
You guys are going to tell us something about this black that
Right.
this all black that you're all about this morning.
But I love the look, though. I love the look. Love the skirt.
Love your dress
love it.
as well.
All right, so straight to this morning's highlights while the ladies are admiring each other. There is absolutely now a way to come to, of course, getting good tidings of what's in store for you on the show today. We'll be kicking off with a parenting discussion about helping teenagers deal with peer pressure. And guess who's going to be around? Is going to be, of course, Taiwo Akinlami in the building.
We'll also be interviewing one of the nominees for Fashion Finest Africa Award 2018, Shil Morafa. Mike and Dave will also be here to talk about how you can secure yourself while using riding apps.
We'll also be talking relationships today. Is infidelity enough reason to break off an engagement? Wow, that's going to be some topic this morning, and you want to stick around for this one, young people.
Sandukes, an African fabrics and Western style designing outfit, will be in the garden to showcase their affordable yet high quality outfits.
And if you've ever had questions in your mind about Nigerian actor Saidi Balogun, you need to stay with us because he is going to be in the building with us. And of course, we'll be getting up close and personal with him.
Did you put water? No. Must you cook it? You said something, and you said young people. What we were talking about is infidelity enough reason to abandon or jump ship. Now, but there's a story that trended over the past few months about an 80-year-old man who discovered his wife cheated on him 40 years back and divorced her.
Wow. Oh, wow.
40
Okay,
years
I never saw that story.
And divorced her. Like, you know, it's not about old, you know, some people just know that you've betrayed that trust. They jump ship.
But okay,
I think today's discussion is supposed to be for engagement, people that are engaged. So,
Well, I think it's also very imperative for intending couples to have that discussion regarding what are your deal breakers in marriage.
Very true.
It's important to discuss them. For example, I and my husband, we had, there were a lot of things we brought to the table.
okay.
Career, you know, what are our deal breakers? What is it that you cannot handle? What is it I cannot handle? You know, even during our counseling, our counselor asked us that question: what is it that your spouse would do that you'll never forgive?
Yeah.
So it's important to have those things in mind before going into marriage, so that you know that's okay.
But then again, you know,
Because marriage
sometimes
is supposed to be
things
forever.
change. So for instance, 40 years ago, right? There are 40 years worth of probably great things that woman did to make that man's life so much better.
Yeah, but some people can't just handle
But
it.
something that happened 40 years ago cancels out everything she probably did that was great.
Just the way some people
All the
cannot
children
handle
they raised.
a partner that cannot cook, or
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard of a marriage that broke up on the night of their wedding just because the man wanted pounded yam at the dead of the night.
Yeah.
And the woman said, "Why would I want to? For heaven's sakes, like
I heard that
I'm
story.
tired."
Exactly. I heard
And
that-
the guy
this
was
particular
like,
story.
so that I mean, to him, it was far beyond
What
you know.
effrontery.
Yeah, it was to him. It meant a lot. He wanted to
certain
eat
people
pounded
that-
yam, and because he couldn't get pounded yam, he broke off the wedding.
Yeah, there are certain people
So,
that,
I
you know,
mean,
their
it's-
backgrounds steeped in tradition.
Tradition,
And
yeah.
so once something happens, you know, it's like, this is a deal breaker for
Yeah.
me. This is not how I was raised,
you were
or this is
raised.
not what my parents told me, or this is not what I expected, and so they walk away. So that happens
pulls
a
you,
lot
that
as well.
pulls you back into, you know, maybe figuring out how to raise your children in the first place. So who are you raising your sons, your daughters up to be? Are you raising them to be independent, to be understanding, to be objective? Or are you raising them to, you know, just understand you and your own culture and your own ways, knowing that one day they're going to end up marrying someone that's completely different from you, probably from another culture, probably another color, another religion.
Yeah, like
You know?
like someone would always say, when you're getting married, you're carrying your baggage into the house, and then this other person is carrying his own baggages. So too many baggages, and that you just have to know how to, you know,
Balance
carry
up
these baggages,
everything,
you know,
right?
Yeah,
carry his
exactly.
baggages and carry your
Exactly.
Okay, so how's we going to so far? It's May. I'm looking forward to the World Cup personally. Yesterday,
What?
no, I don't want to talk about it. I don't.
What?
I wanted to, but the way Titi just asked, let me just not bother
No,
about
I didn't
it.
say anything.
No.
Mike.
I know. You see,
I was looking forward to hearing what you had to
I've
say.
actually been trying to get Mike to go to Russia, but he didn't seem like he was.
Yes, I didn't apply for that visa.
He didn't seem like he was interested.
You see what happens? I tell you, they don't drink or smoke because they want to or because they like to. because they have
it's
to.
cold.
They have to. I mean, you see local
Mike, it's
local
just 2
vodka
weeks or 3 weeks we're
mixed
talking about.
with fuel, like
Oh,
our
goodness
own,
me.
you know,
Yeah.
what's it, maintain or what? They mix it with fuel, like
Methane,
it's that strong.
Yeah.
And the guy goes. You understand? So when you go there,
To heat you from the
it's not
inside.
play. It's not play. It's not play. Okay.
Well, anyway, so from
That's
that
all,
Russia
yeah.
gist,
Let's
we're
head
heading
to the
on
news.
over to the news update, and Busalami is on standby for us.
Thank you, Yomi. And we are wearing the same color today, incidentally. And the call for restructuring has once again resurfaced as socio-cultural group Ohaneze Indigbo as a result of push for constitutional review and regional government. At the group summit in Awka, Anambra State, members proposed a 21-point solution to serve as a guide to actualizing a 21st century restructured Nigeria. The solution includes a single term of 6 years for the president, rotational presidency, and 5 vice presidents each, whom will come from a different geopolitical zone. It also includes the demand for resource control by states and the Merit and Equal Opportunities Commission to replace the Federal Character Commission. So talks on restructuring the Nigerian state seem to have gone beyond regional political and religious lines. This is the impression given by Kaduna and Bayelsa state governors when Nasir El-Rufai hosted Siraki Dixon. The Bayelsa governor says the meeting is aimed at building trust and understanding for progress and development, and his Kaduna counterpart called the partnership healthy. Former PDP spokesman Olisa Metu collapsed at the Federal High Court in Abuja yesterday. Metu was making his way to the dock for his resumed trial when he slumped. Justice Okon Abang had to step down the matter to enable medical officials to attend to him. The judge ruled that the trial would go on, but counsel to Metu, Emeka Etiaba, argued that he can't continue with the proceedings because his client is laid on a stretcher. But the judge refused Etiaba's withdrawal and adjourned the case to May 22nd for cross-examination for the 11th witness. Metu has been prosecuted by the EFCC for allegedly receiving 400 million naira from the Office of the National Security Advisor, Sambo Dasuki, in 2014. Opposition against the ruling All Progressives Congress is growing by the day. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo was at the Akure home of Afenifere leader Pa Ruben Fashoroti, supposedly for coalition talks. Obasanjo did not say why he was there, but the Afenifere leader voiced support for the reported alliance of political parties to dislodge the APC. Fashoranti says the senseless killings by herders have shown that President Muhammadu Buhari has failed Nigerians. Many thanks for watching. That's news update, but what may not have failed you is the weather forecast for today. Let's see what it has in store for you. I'll be back at the top of the hour for news updates again. Bye.
All right, thanks. We are starting with the Punch this morning, and the headline: Dixon meets El Rufai, says restructuring best for Nigeria. Regional leaders seek single-term presidency at Ohaneze Summit. Of a robbery, 2 gang leaders nabbed, say police. And we have the photographs there of the CCTV clip and also a photograph after the arrest. PSC shortlists 37,000 for police recruitment exam. Federal government begins rehabilitation of Ikorodu-Shagamu Road. Benue buries Catholic priests, 17 parishioners today. Sad. Senate team meets Buhari today over Saraki IG Rao. SGF unveils 64 million naira website, says critics not federal government's enemies. Metu collapses in court. Defense lawyer withdraws from case. All on the cover of The Punch this morning.
And on the cover of The Guardian, it says Igbo want new constitution, 6-year rotational presidency, seek more states in Southeast, scrapping of local government system. Northern Group lists conditions on restructuring. Then GDP grows by 1.95% in QI. Non-oil sector accounts for 90.3%. That's what we have on The Guardian.
All right, we are going to have to take a break now. And when we come back, it's going to be more on Wake Up Nigeria. But the newspaper headlines are proudly supported by Dettol. Be 100% sure. All right, we're back with the newspaper headlines. Next up is the Daily Sun. And the headline, 2019, Obasanjo Afenifere team up against Buhari. APC chair Oshomole seeks Kalu's support, and there's a photograph there of Oshomole and former Governor Kalu. Onwabweze to Wike, save Nigeria from sectionalism, nepotism. Southeast leaders roar, propose 6-year single-term presidency, demand regional autonomy, state of residency, and other riders there. Metu collapses in court as lawyer withdraws from case. And finally, Catholic Church holds mass for slain priests procession nationwide today. All on the cover of the Daily Sun.
On the cover of the Nation newspaper, we have APC to meet with Saraki, Dogara, Wamako, and others. Ex-PDP leaders concerns genuine. Then Lagos IGR hits 34 billion naira monthly as federal government unveils 64 million naira website. That's what we have on the Nation.
All right, and then we have This Day next with the headline, Northern youths ask Buhari Atiku to shelve presidential ambition. NPDP remains with APC, says Baraji. Oshomole pushes for ideology-based ruling party, says APC not for all comers. Metu collapses in court, rushed to National Hospital. How lawsuits by middlemen in Malabu deal led to criminal trial of Shell, Enai. At restructuring summit, Soludo proposes 5 vice presidents, 6-year term limit for president. And the non-oil sector drags down Q1 GDP growth to 1.95%. All on the cover of this day.
The Vanguard says on 2019, Afenifere backs Obasanjo's bid to stop APC. Southeast ADC stakeholders laud ex-president's use of party platform. On Naira Watch, Naira depreciates to 361.47 Naira to the dollar in the INE window. And a mother's dilemma. I was sacked for giving birth to triplets, it says. More on page 40. That's what we have on the Vanguard.
All right, and then New Telegraph has the headline, Troops kill 35 herdsmen. Soldier killed, another missing in encounter. 5 Benue farmers murdered, others flee. Army patrol vehicle set ablaze. Wow. And then we have a story here. Doctor buys 28 million Naira car with fake bank alert. Well, that's strange. And then Saraki, Dogara, Tambowal won't quit APC, says the NPDP. APC opens dialogue, says the grievances genuine. And Kachiku, $40 billion wasted in Niger Delta in 10 years. Seeks review of amnesty program. IMF, oil surge, chance for Nigeria, others to initiate reforms. And we have some other little stories here. 2019 presidency, Obasanjo lobbies Afenifere, 400 million Naira suit. Metu collapses in court. Nigeria's economy peaks at 28 trillion Naira in Q1. That's good news. And Haneze seeks 6-year single term for president governors. That's what we have on the cover of the New Telegraph.
On the cover of the Nigerian Tribune, it says on APC chairmanship, governors may back out of Oshomole project, search for dark horse to replace Oyegun. APC says NPDP's grievances are genuine. It also says here on page 31, killer of our daughter must marry her corpse before burial, say the parents of a stabbed lady stabbed to death in Akure. It also says here, military kills 35 herdsmen in Benue, Taraba, others. Security beefed up as Benue as Catholic Church buries priests, 17 worshippers today. That's what we have on the cover of the Nigerian Tribune.
Well, that's about all that we can take on the newspaper headlines for now.
Of course, newspaper headlines are proudly supported by Dettol. Be 100% sure.
All right, I think it's time for us to find out what's going on in the kitchen this morning. And of course, is there with Chef Tina. Hey, guys.
Hi, Yomi. How you doing? All right, so today in the kitchen with Chef Tina, we are making one of my favorite soups.
Wow.
Yes, banga.
Hey.
The only thing missing from today's recipe is starch.
Yeah. You know, I was like, should I come with starch? Will people really buy the idea? You know,
I will buy it. I think people will also buy it because I want to learn how to even make it.
This is my native soup. You know, and
I love banga soup. Okay, so but let's talk about the ingredients.
Okay, we're actually making fresh fish banga soup, which is the palm nut soup. I have my catfish fresh. I actually dressed this fish in the studio this morning. Then I have my assorted. I just don't want it to be plain. Okay. Then I have my periwinkle. I have my crayfish blended. Yeah. Then I have my pepper, dry pepper. Then this is actually the banga spice. I did it myself. There are spices that they sell in the market. You know, they mix other things to it. When we want to do it, we have this spice. Let's talk about all the ingredients first. We'll come back to how then we make this banga
spice.
We have banga stick. Yeah. You know, that gives it flavor. Then we have our seasoning cube, and I have my dry bitter leaf, the salt, and this is how the banga looks like.
Yeah,
you
for
know,
those of us who don't know banga.
Yeah, I cooked it and I extracted it myself.
You know, when I was young, I used to eat it like that. I used to look forward to when they boil it. But when I was younger, I knew banga soup as atama soup because in my place it's palm kernel. The oil from palm kernel nuts we use in making atama.
Edita or,
no, atama. There's
Yeah,
the
atama,
leaf.
yes, we use atama leaf,
So
yeah.
I would take, when it boils, I'll take and I'll eat it like this.
I do, even till tomorrow. I did
It's
it.
actually very
I
sweet.
did it this morning when
Okay.
I was extracting
So
the juice.
let's talk about the banga spice quickly.
The
for
banga
those who would like
spice,
to,
see,
you know.
you go to the market, even up till date, you know, a lot of people will say they want this banga spice. They are tiny seeds. You just call it, you want banga spice. And when you get to the market, it's actually good for you to get the seed yourself and you blend it, because when you get that one that is already processed, they put ginger, you know, everybody wants to sell. But if you actually use the main banga seed for it, you have that nice taste,
an
yes,
aroma.
an aroma. And there's one thing about the stick. You know, when you make banga soup from my place, if you don't put that banga stick, it's not complete.
That means I've been cooking incomplete banga soup because I never use this stick. Okay, so
So we have a banga already on the fire, the juice from the palm kernel.
So how long did you take? Because trust me, I go for the canned banga.
No, I don't do that.
That stress,
I don't.
The stress of, you know, that patience, I don't have it.
Maybe it's my upbringing, really, because there are people that they will tell you to put the palm kernel in a mortar, you know, to pound it.
Yeah.
We don't pound. They taught me, I grew up knowing that once you're done cooking it, just allow it to just cold a little bit. Then you use your hand, you know, to like squeeze the juice off. But the good thing about it, you must have hot water on the fire so that when you are done, just add little of hot water and normal water in it, and you know, you extract the juice. See, I did it myself.
I'm going to try the one with the
the one for tin, you know, preservative and, you know, that quick way. But if you do it from the start,
you get that authentic.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic.
You know, so
what's next?
This is on the fire right now. We'll just allow it to like get thicken a little bit.
Open it up so that
it's going to splash everywhere.
Okay.
It's going to splash.
So they can see what it looks like.
Okay.
It looks like bakery dough.
You know, so the next thing that goes in here, I'll add my assorted, my crayfish and others. Then I'll put the catfish last. You know, catfish doesn't take time for it to get cooked.
So you're not seasoning the catfish, you're putting it straight
I actually season it with, okay, you can have a shot of it, yeah.
Trust me, if you're not in the studio right now, you are missing. Because food is not even ready, but this smells really good already. Like, very good.
Yeah, so I actually spice it. I just had a little salt. Because when you're making banga soup, I don't, when I was cooking my meat, I didn't add onions. I just want it plain, you know, and if you can see, as you can see, the pepper I use is not that Cameroon pepper to actually change the taste.
It's the dry pepper.
It's a dry pepper. I blended it myself, so I'll have enough hotness of it, you know, so good to go.
Now what you're doing to me this morning, trust me.
You know,
you won't understand.
I'm feeling bad, Naimem. I'm feeling bad. I would have just brought my my starch, you know, and you know.
Yes.
You know, there's another thing I did.
I really want to learn how to make that.
These are our local pots. Yeah, this is what we used to serve from where I am from. You must use this. And if you use this, there's a way they say Shekiri women and they don't snatch person husband, you know, like it's nothing, it's just the way they present their food and they like cooking.
And presentation is key when you're cooking.
Yes, you know, at the close of the day, make it very lovely so that if that person is not even hungry, the men looking at it at all, you just feel like, oh my God. So we're going to add a...
One more. I love one more.
It's actually assorted though. Don't go there.
I think let's reduce
the heat.
The heat.
Yeah, the heat is really much. The heat is much.
See if I can,
let me put it.
Yeah. Let's reduce that heat a little so that we can get the best of this banga soup, because this banga soup has to be very
you know, so you just had this and you cover for a while.
Okay. For it to cook, right?
For it to cook, yeah.
That's the pomo and the meat has been steamed already?
Yes, already.
Okay. So what's next?
Just allow it for a while. Then the next thing that goes in it, I really love the heat here, you know. It will not waste time. That's why I love it. Then I said we had our... Let me just reduce it a little bit, yeah.
So what other swallows can we have enjoy with our banga?
You can use, I'm using the oat swallow today.
Oh, okay.
Then I also have the eba, red gari.
Okay.
You know, so either of it. Some people don't like this oat, and it's a healthy way of eating.
It's very healthy,
So
especially for
I
diabetes
like it,
patients.
yes.
Yeah.
It's not even for diabetes patients alone. Anybody can take this because
I'm saying it's a healthier option.
It burns down it burns down the cholesterol.
Yeah.
So I grew up with oats. I know I was trying to make my kids like it, and they will, every time you make this for them, they'll say no. But of recent, I just noticed that they love it.
Yeah, I think it's a really, really nice healthier option. We are headed now for a break. Stay with us. Wake Up Nigeria continues. Welcome back. Just in case you're just joining us, this is Wake Up Nigeria, and my favorite part of the show is the kitchen segments. And today with Chef Tina, we are making
fresh fish, banga soup.
Oh, fresh fish, banga soup. You just Chef Tina, you are very proud. You just needed to add that fresh fish.
Benny, something like that.
See, my mouth is beginning to water. Okay, so let's go through the ingredients quickly.
Okay, I have my palm kernel seed,
Yeah.
which is banga, then my fresh fish, crayfish, pepper, banga spice, banga stick, then seasoning cube, bitter leaf, dried bitter leaf, and the salt, then periwinkle.
And you forgot the main course.
I actually called the fish first.
Oh, okay, you
I said
did
fish.
it.
Then I have my assorted in there.
Yeah.
I don't want it to look so plain. There's this word that we use. They say you want the soup to have obstacle. You know, when you're just
taking, you're eating everything.
You know.
Like every muscle has to carry something.
So far, we extracted the juice and it's already ready.
Man, that banga looks really good.
You know,
It looks
this
really
is
good.
it.
Ooh.
This is it. So I'm going to add my pepper. Because we're using fresh fish, we need to make add more of the pepper. Just add more. So, you know, the fish, when you're cooking fish, most times the fish just, you know, take over the hotness. So it's good to add more of your...
So what about the water? Let's talk about why are you boiling water? Because
I won't use it for
the oatmeal.
The oatmeal, you know. So you can use the actual swallow that goes with this is actually starch, and in place of it, you can use any other swallow to go with it. You can use eba, you can use your oatmeal, you can use cucumber fufu, and any other.
Which one is cucumber fufu
again? You're missing. No,
I am.
Yes, there's a lot of healthy
options.
Yes, a lot of healthy.
Maybe
options,
next time when you're on the show, you could teach us how to make cucumber swallow.
We've done that. We did that. We had that with afang soup.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay, I want to learn that. So we'll talk after the show.
No problem.
You teach us. So just in case you want to, you'd like to learn how to make cucumber swallow, you could check up our YouTube page on past episodes. All right. So
I had my pepper.
I'm very excited this morning. Can you feel the energy come?
I'm really feeling it. Then the next thing that I had is my banga spice.
Okay.
When you're adding your banga spice, you have to be very careful. Don't make it too much so it won't be too harsh on it.
Okay.
So my banga spice.
So what's going in next quickly, because we need to.
Okay, I'll just add little of my seasoning cube and the salt. So this one is going to go in last.
Okay.
The periwinkle before this. This goes in last.
All right. So banga soup is almost ready. But we'll be heading over to Mike and Taiwo Akinlami. Hello, Mike.
Thank you very, very much, MM. And now, social interaction with people is an interesting part of anyone's growth. Now, the exchange of ideas and habits often leaves a long-term impact in a person's life. This is why every parent needs to walk their child through the process of dealing with peer pressure. And child rights advocate Taiwo Akinlami is here to shed light on this issue. It is great to have you, sir.
Thank you so much for having me.
I feel you're about the best person to talk about something like this. Yeah. So let's get straight to it. Now, peer pressure is not exclusive to kids and teenagers.
Yes.
We know that, right?
Yes.
But then let's take an overview. What exactly is peer pressure? Because for the understanding.
Well, peer pressure simply means that being pressured into doing things you wouldn't normally do by people who have real or perceived influence on you.
Real or perceived?
Or perceived influence. You know, because somebody, your parents can put pressure on you because they're supposed to have influence on you by virtue of the role they play in your life. Your friends in school can put pressure on you because of perceived influence. If they don't talk to you, you're not going to die. If you don't belong to the popular group in school, nothing's going to happen to you. But social norm makes it look as if you don't talk to a particular kind of people, you don't roll with a particular kind of people, if you are not in a particular clique, then you are non-existent.
Okay, so now, to clarify it now, I can say there's you. There's pressure from above, there's pressure from below. Peer pressure is more of linear pressure.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
Peer pressure is pressure, you know, exerted by people at your level.
At your level,
at your age, you know, age or classmates or people that are supposed to be your friends.
Your friends.
But a lot of times, the reason why people bow for pressure is because of this perceived influence. And at the root of that is lack of identity. If you know who you are, nobody dictates to you how you live your life. Because you will recognize that being young does not mean being stupid. Being young does not mean you have time. Being young does not mean you are immune against the consequences of your action. Being young does not mean that when you are not able to take responsibility. When you are a young person, everything you do has consequence. When you recognize the fact that being young does not mean you don't have your own identity and you don't have your own voice, then you are able to live above the temptation of peer pressure.
Okay, now, but youths or teenagers, as it were, might not be able to identify or know that they can do these things themselves. This is where the parents come in. How do the parents help these teenagers to understand that they have an identity by themselves and they don't have to bow to peer pressure?
Well, the first thing that parents need to recognize is that it's a difficult time to be a young person today. It's a difficult time, social media. And because the world has become one big global village, the influence in the first world is now upon us in the second world and in third world. There's no barrier anymore. I mean, the things that are happening in the developed world is happening here also. That is why parents need to be visionary. Parents need to embrace foresight. Parents cannot operate only on the basis of hindsight. You know, parents need to look at what exactly are the pressures that our children are facing. How do we begin to talk to them about those things well before they confront it?
So you mean preempting the issue before it happens?
Now, it's not whether your children are going to see pornography. It's that when they see pornography.
When they see,
it's not whether your children are going to see drug. It's when they see drug. It's not whether your children are going to be tempted to be involved in violence. It's when they face that temptation on daily basis. What do they do?
So being proactive and not being reactive.
Being proactive, and that is why I believe, you know, many years ago, when I became a Christian, I drafted what I call the Taiwo Akinlami Life Constitution. Okay. In that constitution, I appointed myself as the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of my life. It's my life. I decided the things that I will watch, the things that I will not watch, the things that I will follow, the things that I will not follow. I felt as a young person, I've lived my life pleasing so many people to the point that I wasn't even pleasing myself. You know, I drank because people were drinking. I smoked because people were smoking. I went to parties even when I was in pain. I didn't feel like going. I still went. I smoked cigarettes when I was having serious chest pain, and I've done series of x-rays, and the doctor was asking me, do you smoke? And I couldn't come up to open up to him that I smoked, but I still go back to my friends. I couldn't stop smoking, though I was dying. It was as if my heart was going to collapse. So I've had my fair share of peer pressure, of doing things because of pressure from young people. And I drafted that constitution, the constitution of my life, when I came to Christ. Okay. Then when I got married, my wife and I came up with the Taiwo Akinlami family constitution. In that constitution, my wife was magnanimous enough to elect me the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of our family. And my responsibility is to protect the territorial integrity of our family. Then we decided, how many children do we want to have? How do we raise them? What are the value system? What is our own values? Who are we? Because your identity will inform what you do. What are the things we'll do? What are the things we'll not do? What kind of things are we going to expose our children to? What are the things we'll not expose our children to? So certain there are some shows we not take our children to. There are some things we not expose our children to. So we decided on all of that. So we have a compass by which we want to raise children in this volatile and turbulent 21st century.
Nice. Now, let me get straight to it now. This is a kid who actually has already started being influenced. Let's say a parent who wasn't proactive in time.
Yes.
What can be done? How can we salvage that situation? If for a parent who wasn't proactive.
Yes.
How do you
I believe that change
situation?
is an ever-present possibility for any human being who is ready to take responsibility. Not as long as there's breath, there's hope. So what you now need to begin to do, when they bring teenagers to me to say that parents are trying to learn how to raise teenagers who have gone left. I tell them that, you see, you don't need a skill in parenting now. You need a skill in damage control, you know, because the child is already damaged, because 80% of the personality of the child is formed between age 0 and 6. And so when a child becomes a teenager, you know, it's almost fully formed. And so what you need to do at that point, first, you need to be patient with the child. 2, you need to recognize the fact that this child is a product of your wisdom, of your foolishness. You can't at that point embrace this idea of me against the child. You have to recognize, when you recognize that you are part of the child's story. This child was born into your hands. The child did not come to this world with any concept. So who the child has become today, you are part of the story. So when you recognize that, you want to embrace the child. You want to sit down with the child. And the third thing I think you need to do, you need to talk to experts. If your child is on drug, you are not an expert in rehabilitation. I don't think you take it upon yourself. All you need to offer at that level is love. Love does not translate to skill. Love and skill, they are two different things. Love to children means appreciation and attention. Like so when you begin to show that, then you now begin to talk to experts. We live in a part of the world where your child is hooked on pornography, you don't want to talk to an expert. Your child is hooked on drugs, you don't want to talk to an expert. You just begin to pray. Now, there's a place for prayer. Prayer is important, but skill is also very, very important.
We have to end on this note. This is wonderful. We have to end on this note. I like that point. You talk about patience, setting an example, and then talking to an expert. I like that. I wish we had more time. Talking to you can spend the whole show on you. But then it's always great having you. Maybe we'll probably go further on this one. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much.
All right. I hope you're able to get something there. Peer pressure, being proactive, and then at the same time, damage control if it does happen where they fall by the left. But then, hey, it's still Wake Up Nigeria. Don't go anywhere. We will take a break now. And then when we get back, we'll be talking to one of the participants of the upcoming fashion festival, Africa's finest, coming together to put together fashion for you. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. Now, upcoming Fashion Fest is billed to be a potpourri of insightful conversations about fashion, displays from the biggest fashion labels in the land, and of course, awards for deserving fashion houses. Seun Marafa is one of the nominees for the Fashion Finest Award. His brand Marafa is one that's unique for reflecting simplicity with an elegant twist. Welcome to the studio, Seun.
Thank you very much.
All right, now I have to say I love your shirt.
Thank you.
I love the color. Did you make this yourself?
Yeah, I made it.
I'm thinking, I don't know where your mind goes whenever you design these things, because I wouldn't have thought of this for any reason for a design of a shirt. But let me ask about your journey. So how did fashion start for you?
It all started when I was about 6.
6 years old?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I used to cut my mom's head tie.
Your mom's head ties?
Yeah.
You used to cut your mom's head ties?
Yeah.
Okay.
And make clothes for my teddy bears with a needle and thread.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. Then she would find out and beat me up for it.
Okay, so, all right, let me take you back. So your mom would catch you with
scissors.
The scissors?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, and you were making clothes for your teddy bears and she used to spank you for it?
Yeah.
Oh wow, okay, all right.
But I didn't know it was a thing I was going to go into. I was just fond of doing that.
Okay.
Because as a child, I wanted to become a doctor. Yeah, because at a point I was selected as one of the health prefects, so I thought, okay, I was going to become a doctor. But then I can't stand the sight of blood, so then I knew it's not a thing I want to go into. All
right, okay, so fashion is a whole new ball game. Some people don't realize how technical fashion can be. It must have taken you a while to learn this. So professionally, how did you start learning?
Okay, professionally, When I was in University of Lagos, I won the Unilag Finest Designer. That was in 2014. Okay. That was when the brand started officially. Okay. Then when I won that competition, I got the privilege to go for an internship with Kinabuti. Kinabuti is a top fashion wear in Nigeria.
International, yeah.
Yeah, so I had like a 6-month internship. Then from there, I got the chance to showcase at the Elite Model Look.
Okay.
That was in 2015. And
but I have to take you back. I have to take you back because, you know, actually the designing of the clothes, the drawings to actually constructing and cutting, you know, the fabric to make an outfit, that's a long journey. Did someone give you, you know, hands-on training to learn how to cut, to learn how to draw?
I had to go for that training myself.
Okay.
Yeah. I have tailors that work with me, so I learned more from them, from my tailors here.
Okay.
They had to take me through the process of the cutting and sewing.
Okay, so now you have designs on different runways that are happening. You've been nominated for this award. Did you ever think you would get to this stage?
Well, I didn't apply for the award. I just saw the nomination on Instagram, and I was like, wow. So people have been seeing my work out there, and they appreciate it. It's a privilege.
I have to ask who your mirrors are. Who are you trying to be like? So are there any designers you're looking up to?
The designers I look up to are Oswald Bolting and Maya Tafo. I got the privilege to intern with Maya Tafo when I was picked for the Fashion Focus 5 for Lagos Fashion and Design Week. That was in 2016. And the internship lasted for like about a year, all through 2017.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, then we eventually showcased October 2017.
Okay, so you've had the opportunity to work with Kinabuti, with Maya Tafo. It kind of feels like you've been on a journey to success all this time. And now, if, for instance, you take away this award, what would be next for Murafa?
Okay, I have plans to go for my second degree in New York Fashion Institute. Okay. That will be happening soon. And I'll be setting up my shoe line as well. Oh, and I plan to go into perfumes, accessories, like belts, arts, and some other stuff.
Okay. So are you excited about this event coming up?
Yeah, sure I am. It's actually happening on my birthday, on Friday.
Oh, wow. Happy birthday in advance.
Thank you. So I hope I win.
I really hope you win too. Actually, sorry, I'm already biased now. But the issue for me is this event feels really, really big. What you're showcasing, are they special pieces or are there things you've done before?
I'm actually not showcasing for the event. I'm just the nominee.
Okay, you're just
for
a nominee.
Young Designer of the Year.
All right then. All right. So I can't wait to find out if you've picked up the award. And I have to say thank you for coming to talk to us in the studio. Once again, Seun Murafa. Thank you.
You look great. I like what you're wearing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So okay, as quickly as possible, how would you style this? How would you style this? What would you add to this dress now?
Maybe a brooch.
A brooch? Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, a brooch.
All right then.
It's classy already, so you don't need to add much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And your twins are awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right then. So, well, moving from fashion, we have to go over to tech. And of course, Mike and Dave are set to, you know, inform us with another tech discussion. I love Tech Tuesdays. I like this shirt. I have a feeling I'm going to have to order one of these shirts.
No problem.
Honestly.
No problem.
What color is that?
This...
Well, it's 8 o'clock and we are back for the second half of Wake Up Nigeria.
My name is Titilayo Oyinson. We're streaming live on tvcontinental.tv and on Facebook. Look us up right now on TVC Connect. Your comments, please use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria. Of course, we also have some great clips of past episodes and so much activity that we have on the show right there on YouTube. You should check that out. And of course, subscribe.
Yeah, of course. This is Yomi Ope speaking to you. It's another day for us to serenade you with some exciting stuff.
Definitely, we'll be talking relationships today. Infidelity, that big word, is it enough reason to break off an engagement? That's one of the questions we're asking today. And there's still more.
Yeah, we're going to be bringing you a fashion display from one of the fashion brands taking part in the upcoming Fashion Finest Africa event, Sandux.
And if you've ever had questions in your mind about the Nigerian actor Saidi Balogun, you need to stay with us because we're going to be getting up close and personal with him.
All right.
Yeah.
Talk about TikTok.
How come you put salt in my tea?
Salt? Are you sure? If I had a gun, you would be.
Mugbe, Ewokini don't chase you. Did you put water? No. Must you cook it?
All right, people. You know, I was thinking. Yeah. Well, someone spoke to me. Someone reached out to me on Twitter, on social media yesterday, because we still had responses. You know, people were talking about when we asked the highlight of the weekend. Yeah. A lot of responses. You know, some guy came up and was like, "Look, Nigeria has so many problems." I said, "I know we have. That's why we need to distract ourselves sometimes." But I think we should have a fan appreciation day because we have a lot of people that love us out there. Oh, yeah. We are here because of them.
And we keep in touch every day.
You know,
every single day. Yeah.
Every single day. Quite a lot of people. And, you know, one day we get their pictures or maybe their videos and then we share it on air and all something. Yeah. Thank you for loving us. Thank you for loving me.
Oh, yeah. That also draws my attention to the conversation you had earlier with Sheun Morafa, where he said when he started, he used to cut off his mom's hair ties. Yeah. You know, when I started my Ankara accessory passion, that's what I used to do. I cut off my mom's hair tie, cut into half. Wow. And then, that's what I used to do. And she would scream, "Hey, ma'am." I'm like, I used it to make shoes, I used it to make books, I used it to make all sorts.
I can't try to my mom.
Are you serious?
When they give one like your fashion. Then you see that fashion passion. You know, if your passion is fire, it's cold water they pour on it.
So that
passion we off.
So it was during my maternity leave, I came to the realization that, okay, this fashion dream, especially in the Ankara accessory department, I'm going to start it. So I got a sewing machine. I got a tailor who was coming home to tutor me on how to sew, cut and stuff. So, you know, I was learning that. And then I made my first denim Ankara bag. But my mom now took it.
But that's an amazing use of your time.
For everything you've done to her.
Right.
You know, but you know, these days
I love the fact that she used her time at home.
Her time at home, exactly.
I did. I even facilitated a training as well, like an empowerment training. Yeah.
I saw that on Instagram.
On Instagram, yeah.
In those days, they used to call it tailor. Now they don't call it tailor.
Yeah, they call them fashion designer.
Designer, stylist. There's not some peng to it, you know, because growing up, I also had an aunt who used to sew, and it didn't seem trendy then. It wasn't trendy. You know, like, okay, I'm a tailor. But now, when you say, I'm a fashion stylist, I'm a fashion designer, I'm thinking Maya Tafu, you're thinking Naji.
It's
prestige now.
It's a very lucrative business because everybody wants to look good, so why not?
But one thing I've even noted is that it's never too old to start something new.
Yeah.
You know, there's probably something you were doing when you were a child and it just keeps coming back to you that you remember this thing and you never really developed that skill. There's still time. Maybe if you're on leave one of these days.
It depends. There's some things you can be too old to start football. When you're seeing all the money that all the message they are chopping and you say you're not too old, Baba, your leg, you are rich like, see.
Okay. But you could be a sports analyst. For instance, you can still talk about the game.
But I'm just letting you know.
This conversation reminds me of Morgan Freeman, the American actor. You know, he didn't start acting till he was quite in his 50s.
Probably in his 40s.
40s, 50s.
You know, then all that time he must have been doing some desk job or something.
Exactly, you know, and he didn't actualize that acting dream till he became quite older. So, I mean, it's never too late to, you know, do what you really want to do.
So, I mean, I just say some things, so it's some dreams. Football, if you don't reach past 30, yeah, Baba, you're too old. In fact, 20, you're already too old, because there's a story. There's a popular footballer I know, Nigerian player, who my roommates in school were friends with him while he was in the police college. And so at that time, the minimum requirement to enter the police college was about 20. And this was like 13 years after, and the guy said that he was 21. They said, this guy now made that. Wow. Wow. So there's some things.
What they call football age. And football age, yeah. But okay, skills like cooking, skills like braiding hair, you know, stuff like that, you can still just start.
Skills like
and
reading
now
news.
All these, reading news.
And we have to head there now.
Yeah, we do have to go to the news.
Nice one, Mike.
Tuwashe is on standby for us.
All right, let's start the hour with the call for restructuring that has once again been on the front burner. A socio-cultural group, Ohanaeze Ndigbo, has resolved to push for constitutional review for regional government. At the group summit in Awka, Anambra State, members proposed a 21-point solution to serve as a guide to actualizing a 21st century restructured Nigeria. The solution includes a single term for 6 years for the president, rotational presidency, and 5 vice presidents, each whom will come from a different geopolitical zone. It also includes the demand for resource control by states and a Merit and Equal Opportunities Commission to replace the Federal Character Commission. So talks on restructuring our Nigerian states seem to have gone beyond regional, political, and religious lines. This is the impression given by Kaduna and Bayelsa state governors when Nasir El-Rufai hosted Siraki Dixon. The Bayelsa governor says the meeting is aimed at building a trust and understanding for progress and development, and his Kaduna counterpart called the partnership healthy. That's all I have for you now, but I'm going to leave you with the weather update for today. Bye.
It's time again for the sports update. Mike Mesikeno is here with us for that.
Thank you very much, Yomi. Now, 7 players have arrived at the camp of the Super Eagles in Uyo ahead of next week's international friendly against DR Congo in Port Harcourt. The players are Nigerian Professional Football League top scorer with 18 goals, Junior Lokosa, who recently returned from Bulgaria, Elderson Echejile, Ogenyon Nazi, William Trust Ekong, Alex Iwobi, Ola Aino, and Ikechukwu Ezenwa. The players had their first training session at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium, along with the Super Eagles B players, billed to face Atletico Madrid in today's friendly. Looking forward to that match later on today. And that's all I can take on sports at this moment. Let's take a quick look at the headlines in the papers once again. Your man, Titi, have you on that one?
Yes, and we start with The Punch. The Punch says Dixon meets El-Rufai, says restructuring best for Nigeria. Regional leaders seek single-term presidency at Ohanaeze Summit. Then also it says federal government begins rehabilitation of Ikorodu-Shagamu Road, and also Senate team meets Buhari today over Saraki IG Rao. That's what we have on The Punch.
All right, The Nation is up next on the headline. APC to meet with Saraki, Dogara, Wamako, others. Ex-PDP leaders concerns genuine. Restructuring. North's youth's state terms. Ohanaeze Afenifere endorsed reforms. Oyetola, SSG 25 others chase Oshun ticket. Airlines lose $1.5 billion yearly to maintenance others. And police arrest 2 of our robbery suspects. Non-oil sector hits 90.3% in Q1, 1.9% GDP growth, all on the cover of The Nation.
And on the cover of this day, it says Northern youths ask Buhari Atiku to shelve presidential ambition. NPDP remains with APC. Oshomole pushes for ideology-based ruling party, says APC is not for all comers. That's what we have on the cover of this day.
All right. Well, that's about all that we can take on the newspaper headlines for this morning.
The newspaper headlines are proudly supported by Dettol. Be 100% sure.
All right. Today is Tuesday, and you know it's tech, and Mike and Dave are on standby for us. Hey, Mike.
Thank you very much, Yomi. And of course, I've got Dave here. We are talking tech today, security with driving apps. It's great to have you, Dave.
Nice to be here again.
Okay, so recently we've had issues of some riders who have complained that they have been maybe, molested, robbed, or maybe probably raped while using a riding app.
Yes.
So generally, security with riding apps.
Ride-sharing apps.
Ride-sharing apps.
Yes.
How can we ensure our security?
Well, because of the comfort that this ride-sharing app brings, a lot of people are very comfortable using them. Sometimes you see parents even asking, getting the ride to go pick their words from school. Without them being there. I mean, sometimes you get this for your senior citizens, your parents to take this ride and all of that. Now, in most cases, this will go well, but there have been a lot of issues lately. The one you referred to, the issue of rape, I think that happened in the US. There's been increased rate of rape, of people using this. But there are 1 or 2 things you can do to protect yourself. Now, protecting yourself is not just about the rider, even the drivers too. I was in one recently, and the driver was telling me about a very gory experience. His car was almost taken away from him and all of that. But today, let's take a look at how riders can protect themselves.
Okay, so let's get straight to it.
The first one, you make sure that the license plates and the car matches what is on the app.
What is on the app. That is definite. So when you pick up a rider, it's there, the details are there. You have to ensure it.
You have to ensure. I've had experiences where the driver's name is different, the car plate number is different, the type of the car is also different, and they tell you, oh, we just got this one and we're yet to update. And say, okay, how about the name? Did you update your name as well? And all of that. So you don't want to get into a ride when all those things are not matching. You
get that? That is very, very important. Very important. Okay, so let's move to the next one.
Also, there are features on the app that allows you to share your ride whenever you're on them.
And so your location and all
always share your ride with someone. No matter how insignificant you think that would be. And once you get on, the ride starts, you want to quickly get on the app and just throw the ride, your location around with 1 or 2 persons, and say, look, I'm on Uber right now, or I'm on Taxify right now, and this is my location, this is where I'm going, so you can track me real time. So you need to be able to do that. Also, when you're setting your destination, don't set your house address as your destination.
Hey! I have to go and change that one. Me, I'm guilty of that one, man. Because most of these apps give you you can put your work destination and your house as saved destination.
Absolutely,
on the app.
That's a standard. That's a default. But because of security and things that are evolving now, you don't want to do that anymore. So you want to use maybe the street before your own street, or you use a bar or a restaurant very close to your house.
I live here
as your destination. So you don't know this person, and you can't enter. I was going through the terms and conditions. I was massively shocked when I, discovered a lot of things in the terms and conditions. For instance, data security is a lot of issues right now. But in the terms and conditions, they spelled it out clearly that they are at liberty to share your data with anyone, to even sell your data, one of them said. That they're at liberty to sell your data. And I'm like, seriously? Wow. And what do you have there as your data? You have your house address there, you have your office address, you have your card details, you have your bio data. Now they're saying that we have the right to sell these set of data that you have. Yeah, that
if
you
somebody wanted to advertise or something, they can access, get to them.
Absolutely, it's a gold mine. It's a gold mine, and they have the right to do so according to their terms and conditions. So you need to be very careful. And one other thing, there's a very useful app that the Nigerian police is now using. Okay. All right, which I think people who use these ride-sharing apps should probably have on their phone. Okay. It's called the Hawkeye. The Hawkeye. Okay. Hawkeye. Hawkeye. Now, whenever you're in trouble, you can report whatever it is that you're having as an issue straight to the Nigerian police. Yeah, if you're lost or you're kidnapped, there's a button on the app that says "Find me."
Dave, you know what happens?
Yeah.
We would have another time when we'll talk about security in this way. This is something quite big. I think we'll make it experimental. Yeah. We'll have to show them how to do it.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
You're most welcome.
It's always great having you.
Anytime.
All right, don't go anywhere. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. We will be right back, and we're talking infidelity in relationships. You don't want to miss this one.
All right, welcome back. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. Now, if you've been watching this show for as long as I think you have, you know we are passionate about fashion. And right here in our garden, we're going to be having a showcase from Sandra of Sandukes. She is one of the designers showcasing at the Fashion Finest Africa coming up this weekend. Can't wait to see what they have in store. Come along. How's it going? Good morning. You look very bright and colorful, ladies. You look very bright and colorful. So, Sandukes, what is Sandukes all about? Where does Sandukes inspiration come from?
Okay, Sandukes is an inspiring blend of African fabrics and Western style. Okay. And we deal on ready-to-wear collections, and we have bespoke outfit as well. Okay. We have I make bridal outfits. I make outfit for kids. I make outfit for both traditional attire.
Okay, so you seem to have like a holistic view of fashion. I want to start from our right here. Okay. Let's see. No, don't move. All right. So you tell us, please, what the inspiration behind this is.
Okay. Like this, I named this very top Tari wrap top. Okay. And it's an everyday outfit, and can be worn by both a plus size and a slim person. Okay. And for this very style, it's wrapped both ways.
Wrapped both ways. Okay, yeah. So let's see what you mean here. So you're saying,
yeah, this can also come in front, and when you want to style it with another color, like because she's wearing a yellow pants on it. Yeah. So it's styled this way.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah. So if she was wearing like purple pants, like what you're wearing, she could have wrapped it the other way.
Yes.
Fantastic.
And this is a part of my ready-to-wear collections. What I'm going to be exhibiting on that day.
All right, so can I ask you to turn around? Okay. I want to see the fabric at the back. Okay, so now you just tied it at the back. Does it tie around twice or just once?
Once, and also you can also tie to the front because the front of the pants is already busy. Yeah. So I just tie to the back.
All right.
So if it was another outfit like a jean or a skirt, you could tie wrap to the front.
All right. Yeah. So I'm going to turn her back around now. All right. So let's talk about these pants a little, shall we? Yeah. So this resembles some kind of peplum. Am I right? Or is that what they call it?
Yeah, but it's not peplum.
Okay. What is it? What is it? This design here.
Well, it's just part of creativity.
Okay.
Like,
You just took some pieces and stuck them together
Yeah.
and put them on the pants?
Yeah.
And it worked?
Yeah, it did.
Okay. So what's the cut of these pants? What sort of pants? What do you call these pants?
Well, this is a straight boot cut. You can wear it. It's a
straight pants.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm thinking I would wear something like this, for the show. But who did you design this for? Who is the woman you designed this for?
Like I said, it's not. I didn't design for any particular. It can be worn by plus size.
Yeah.
It can be worn by a slim person.
Okay.
And you can wear this to even a wedding, an occasion.
Okay.
You can wear this to work. Like most organizations on Friday decide to do Ankara and stuff. You can wear this to an organization where you work.
Okay.
And you can wear this to any function. So.
All right then.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking we should come around
Okay.
to the next piece here. I can see how young, youthful this particular piece is.
Yeah.
So talk to us about this.
Well, like you said, it's young and youthful. Some people they can decide to wear a short
dress.
Some ladies as well. So it depends on your style. Like you might like, because it's available in even to size 40. Yeah, there's some people that like to wear short outfits. So you can wear this. Depends on you. I think style it just depends on your style.
So it feels like a cross between something contemporary and something a little bit African. So it seems like you added just this fabric to it, but why just one side? Why not both sides?
Yeah, well, like I said, that's creativity behind it. I feel both ways would be too busy because it's already large.
Okay.
Yeah, so putting it both ways,
it might be a bit
too busy. Yeah.
I can see that there's taping of Ankara at the bottom here too.
Yes.
Was that your idea, or you saw it somewhere and just decided to try it out?
No, it was my idea.
Okay. Why particularly at the bottom and not somewhere else? You don't know. It just came to you.
It just came to me, yeah.
Okay then. All right then. I'm trying to key into your style and your method here, but I can see that it does seem to have many different tentacles. Like what you're wearing right now. I love this heart shape on your blouse. Where did this come from? And is it Ankara?
Yeah, it's Ankara.
All right.
And have some other stoned.
Okay.
Love shape. And on a net fabric.
All right.
Yeah.
A bell sleeve net fabric. And these just all come to you.
Yeah.
It's not like you go searching for ideas in a particular
For me,
place.
I get my inspiration from different scenarios. At times, I get my energy and creativity from silence. I could be alone, and I could be like outdoors, like visiting places, just meeting with people, interacting with people. I get ideas. So for me, it's not just a particular scenario. I can't say this is only
where you get it from.
Yes.
All right then. Well, I can see that we're gonna have an interesting time watching you showcase at the weekend's event. That's Fashion Finest Africa.
Yes.
And I love what you're wearing. I love what you put together. Thank you so much for coming to show us.
Thank you for having us.
All right, Sandra.
Thank you.
So I'm going to be sending y'all back into the studio now. I know is still there with Chef Tina, and they're cooking up a storm. But we will take a break first. And when we come back, more from Wake Up Nigeria.
All right, welcome back. Saidi Balogun is an actor who needs no introduction in Nigeria's entertainment scene. He is in the league of veterans who are still in the business and waxing strong. He started many, many years ago. He's also an award-winning movie director and producer. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning, sir.
Good morning.
Looking nice and fresh.
I'm smiling to success. I don't know about you.
I am.
Good.
Well, we haven't seen since your 50th birthday last year, although you're 51 already.
You people should make me look younger, please.
No, sorry now. Because there was a lot of noise about the birthday and all of that. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right, so sometimes, when you come to join us like this. It's almost, we just want to get down to different things, what's going on, but sometimes people don't even know about your background. And the fact that back in 1978, when you were just 10 years old or so, you made your debut on TV as a young presenter. Tell us about that.
No, it was something like youth program, you know, and you have this opportunity of exhibiting what you have. And at times I look at what they do, and I told them, one of our teachers who teaches us how to act, I said, sir, this thing is becoming didactic, meaning repeating the same thing all the time. He said, no problem. The following week, he just called me and said, you walk up there, said, do something. I thought he was joking, and I did. There, NTV, not even NTA, NTV, right. And I did. You won't believe this. For about 2-3 months, I was walking around my street there in Obalinde like a king. And everybody was like, that's him, and I was like, you. Yeah,
because, you know, back then it was just one TV station that everybody had, you know, starts at 4 p.m., ends at about 11. So, of course, everybody would have seen it. So over the years, I mean, the kind of career you've had, just from acting, producing, and also directing, there has been a trajectory. Consistently, you have shown that, you know, you're a maestro in this thing. But one of the questions that people also want to know is why a lot of your roles have to do with this Casanova type of thing, where it just looks like you just fit into this perfect...
oh, thank you very much.
Where women just are just always after you for one reason or the other.
What an intelligent question. And let me say this. I'll ask you some questions, you answer me. Were you there when I did Winds of Destiny?
Of course.
I played Marlon Boca. Was that a Casanova role?
No, it's not.
Were you there in After the Storm when I played the drunk?
I remember.
I don't think so.
No, I do. I remember.
Good. Were you there when I did Omar Elijah and Omorita and the Bond? In English, I played the gang leader there. Yeah, yeah. Where were you? You see, give me a role these days. I'll look at it, give a check and balance. I'll play. Oh, the Casanova role. At times you may play a good man in 70 films, nobody see it. Play a Casanova role in 2 films and everybody will be like, why? Yeah. Some producers come in and say, we want you to come and do this. I'll say, The audience are not blind. I can't play student. Look at me.
Yeah.
You see, if it comes, I look at, these days, majorly I look at the script, look at the moral in my society, what it has to do. Am I acting a foreign role in my community? It's not that I do that. I do a lot of roles, but people tend to see that because, you know, this kind of...
I like that the fact that now you are making choices when it comes to script, because, of course, now you're an established actor over the years from your background and everything that you have done. How do you then fuse some of these roles with what is going on in society? Like when you look at life, for instance, you have a movie coming up called Whitefield. And tell us about that film.
Okay. When you give me a role these days, the way we've been doing things, I won't blame some producers too, because if me and you were friends now, and there's a movie I did, and I felt it could correct society, and people are not accepting it the way they should, running into debt, you may not do it. It is the people who watch our movies, they can correct us most. A lot of things are happening in the society. In fact, the power brokers are becoming fantastic actors than who we are. I mean, you get it? They do. Yeah. I've never seen a producer hitting it these days. Possibly, I'm scared. I'm like, oh, one of the power brokers will be my executive producers. I don't want to step on toe.
Exactly. So that happens a lot in the industry.
And we have our culture, we have our ways, we have our movement, we have our light that we can tell the whole world that Nigerians, we are BPI, black, proud, and intelligent. We have our ways we can tell them we are giant of Africa, not by words, by our reactions and actions. Do you get it? But I am just begging my colleague, I'm one of them too, I'm begging myself, we should do things. There are a lot of stories in this country that can turn this country around, that we can do. Not the blink things we do that will show the whole world, oh, Nigeria is the most beautiful place, fine. But we can turn things around.
But sometimes when you look at, like you were saying just now, the executive producer is the one that controls the money, and he wants a story in a particular direction. As an actor, especially just one that is just coming up, you know, maybe somebody who's just 25 or 30 years old and is just coming up in the industry, he can't really control
that question,
the situation.
It has to do with you. There's a saying at Gate, you can only take a horse to the river. You can force the horse to drink. It has to do with you. Some people will say, if you want to dictate for me, I'm not doing it. And some people will say, well, he who pays so dictated too.
Yes.
It depends on who you are. Who are you? Like now, I am the president of the Golden Movie Ambassador of Nigeria, believing in rebranding. Before I do things, say things, I have to think. I may say things as a journalist, they will put another headline. When you read it, you'll be like, this is not what he said.
Speaking of which, some of the things, the past few days, something came out in the news and everybody was surprised. Saheed Balogun said that he's going to act, there's nothing wrong with acting a porn movie.
Oh, God bless you.
Which, you know, incidentally, I was like, why would this guy say this? When I saw it on my phone, I was like, no, I'm going to ask him when I see him.
Yeah, they are my friends. If you read the content, that's not it. Possibly the headline for you to read. What I said there was that, well, if you ask me, I won't pull up. How can I act a porn movie without pulling up my dress and you cannot see anything? Is that porn?
No,
and I said one thing there, possibly they forgot to. I said, if you do it, you have a family. If your family can accept it, if your culture accepts it, that is you. Possibly. I didn't say that.
It must have been crafted in the wrong way when it came out.
Maybe they use that headline for things to fly, like they say in journalism.
To go viral.
But I won't fight them, because if you take your time, and I tell journalists most days, I said, people just read headlines, so they don't have time. And they tend to judge a book from the cover at time. But that was not what, I read it myself, I saw it, and I was like, whoa. And I called the guy, I said, this headline is not for this time, but I just lost somebody. But I read it, I said, I said, okay, let it go. But next time, please.
Don't quote it out of context.
Like 2 ladies or 3 did their best to represent Nigeria. What's this thing they did? We've never been there before in Olympic.
Yes, the bobsled team.
Yeah, bobsled team. The headline we read was, so lady disappoint Nigerians. And I'm like, they did things on their own.
By themselves.
Else, with what we've never done before. Is that kind of headline we should use? And people were so annoyed. I said, well, how can you use? And I said, they are our friends. We can only correct them. Next time, it won't repeat itself. Yeah. That was not what I said. They just, maybe the headline is just to sell.
To make it sensational. Now, we're going to take a clip from one of your films, and then when we come back, there's going to be more with Saheed Balogun.
I'm smiling to success here.
The negotiator. Wàá ṣorí rí ọmọ yìí. Orúkọ dẹ̀ pọ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń wò mí, wọ́n máa ń pè mí ní FBI, Female Body Investigator. At the same time, James Bond lọmọ, James Bond ò kú nu movie, wọ́n kàn lè gbàgbọ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ni wọ́n dẹ̀ fìyà jẹ. At the end of the day, a ṣe kí ni? A succeed. Tó dífá fún gbogbo yín pé máa ṣe kí ni? Ẹ máa succeed. Ṣé rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa rí ṣe? Kò sí lọ́wọ́ yín o. Ara yín ló wà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe lè lo ara yín sí, ẹ ṣe máa rí ṣe sí. Ó yẹ kí n mú yín lọ sọ́fíìsì mi ni ká ya fọ́tò torí àwọn clients wa tó bá ti wo nǹkan tó fẹ́ jẹ báyìí ẹlòmíì ojú fọ́tò lásán ó ti yó kò dẹ̀ sí nǹkan tó fi ń ṣiṣẹ́ wa yìí o ẹ̀yin lẹ́wọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa rìnrìn yín owó ṣáà ti wọlé fèmí ni do anything tó bá wù yín kẹfì rìn á ju anything mi ràn yín. One more thing ìgbà tí mò ń kí ilé kan gbọ́dọ̀ ń kúnlẹ̀ ṣẹ́ẹ́ṣẹ́ẹ́ṣẹ́ ẹ̀ sí secondary school mọ́nà university lè wà yìí. At the same time tẹ́yìn tó wá lọ fún ọ láǹkó on the danger level ayé ti sún kọjá gbogbo yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe wà yìí ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ wẹ̀yìn mọ́ iwájú ni kẹ́ máa wò tí ó yẹ yín sìn. Baby ọmọ tí mò ń wo yóò dàbí kó máa dùn dáadáa. Farabalẹ̀ fowó bó ṣe wà yìí mọ̀ kọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni tó bá dẹ̀ fẹ́ sọ fún yàn kọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ dùn ìwọ gan ti ṣe kí ni wà á ti kọ́kọ́ tọ́ wò.
bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ẹ rí tú àkàsà ọ̀ṣọ́mọ ọgbọ́n mọ́ta.
Ọlọ́run ọba mi ò ní ráìvà. Girls ta ló lè wa mọ́tò nu yín? Ẹ̀yin that's right ìwọ lè wa mọ́tò wàá ṣoríire tẹ́rù àbá ẹ̀ ẹ̀yin tẹ́lẹ̀ tí ìmọ̀ mọ́tò wà ẹ̀ ń láti lọ kọ́. All right ẹ̀yin girls ẹ máa lọ àríra.
Ẹ mọ̀ nǹkan ẹ lọ sí hostel yín ẹ lọ freshen up tó bá dìrọ̀lẹ́ àríra as usual. ẹ tẹ̀kẹ̀ ẹ má wojú èèyàn o.
That's standard Saheed Balogun right there. You know, the dynamism in your character, you can just get into one character and just do this. That was a young boy, and you just delivered what you were supposed to. But there's a question I want to ask you. Recently, you lost a very close friend to you over in Canada. Of course, the popular actress Amoge Campos, and it was a great loss for you. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, as I saw in the film now, I felt really down. She was my vice president, the Golden Movie Ambassador of Nigeria, very loyal and humble, and she's been there for long. Little cancer, like I will put it, she treated it for like 3 years ago. We thought she's okay. Went back again, it happens. And we lost her. I mean, she was our vice president, very humble and hardworking. We call her in my association Margaret Thatcher. She does not take no for an answer. And her belief in life is, don't say it is not possible. You are not capital OG. We lost her in Canada. She was buried there. And my association now, the Golden Movie Ambassador, and the family, the Moses family, we are going to do what we can. She's from Lagos State. Wow. Lagos Island, precisely. She's related to the Olushi family. We're going to have candlelight for her on Wednesday at LTV, sorry.
This Wednesday, okay.
Yeah, premises. And on Thursday in the morning, we're going to have the Muslim prayer. She's a Muslim by birth and inclination. So we're going to have this kind of Muslim prayer for her there. These 2 days, this Wednesday and Thursday. As I was watching in the beginning, I was smiling. At least that was when I was much younger than this. But as soon as I saw her, I know I lost somebody.
Wow, yeah, it's amazing. I mean, especially someone who's so talented and so close to many people like you, and also so hardworking, like you said. So sorry for your loss. Now, one of the things your association has been trying to do also is to fight piracy. I know that for someone like you, it's something that you've been very vocal about. Tell us some of the work that you've done and what more can be done in this area.
The government of today, through the Honorable Minister, Lai Mohammed, for Information and Culture, called us and said they formed this MOPICON so that we can have structure. A movie was supposed to be shot in Nigeria. I think something has Bruce Willis in it. They took it to Liberia. It's a story about Nigeria, but they presented us to the whole world in the wrong light. So that was why we said we need a structure. If you want to come and shoot, we have vast land here. You can, if they give us a structure, piracy, they say our population is 200. I said, no, we're more than that. So you can, if you spend 2 billion here, you can make it in Nigeria. They're still on it. They're doing their best. They should just give us structure and make hard laws on piracy, and we know where we're going. Not that when you go to cinemas alone, blah, blah. No. They should give us a structure that can make us match the standard of where they shoot $200 million film in Hollywood. Can you try that in this country?
Of course, yeah. I mean, those are the kind of things that we should be looking forward to. Yeah. And speaking of looking forward, we have Whitefield coming up. Yeah. Okay, once again, I'm just hearing from my producer that you, the information that you were giving us earlier about the candlelight vigil for Omoge Campus. Can we just have it again so that people that want to come can come and participate?
Yes, on Wednesday.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow on the 23rd. Candlelight for her at LTV8. We're going to give free T-shirt there. I mean, our colleagues are going to be there. We talk about her. And on Thursday in the morning, we're going to have Fidao 8 days because she was buried.
That's a frame of her on the screen there.
Yeah. On Thursday, we're going to have Fidao for her. She's a Muslim, like I've said before. We're going to pray for her, I mean, so that things like this will not happen again. Last year, precisely a day to a year that we lost Muji, she died in the same Canada.
Wow.
You see, but capital God has his date, has his time, has his mission, has his vision, where you're going to live and go. And we're just saying, Father Lord, she is the vice president of Golden Movie Ambassadors of Nigeria, registered association, and she's doing well.
Wow.
So that's it. If they want to come, they can just come. We pray so that we need their prayer so that such gem. You can see this movie is about 15 years ago movie. Look at how long she's been struggling to make a message, to tell the whole world good information, and that's it.
All right. Thank you so much, Saheed Balogun, for joining us this morning. It's always great having a great conversation with you. Now, next is that we're going to go to the kitchen, and there's MM and Chef Tina waiting for us there. Hopefully, we'll see what they have done. And can you join us, sir?
All right.
Okay, Mr. Saheed Balogun.
All right.
All right, guys.
Now, I've been here struggling.
So on a lighter note, sir.
Please have a seat.
On a lighter note, sir, can you cook?
Okay. I'm not in a good mood, but I have a bailout. I'm a Muslim.
Oh,
I know this is a fasting period.
Okay.
I can judge from the past. I should sit down.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Please take a seat. You can judge from
the past, people who has been here.
Oh, okay. People have told you.
People who have credibility come here to say, okay, yes. But as for me, I can cook.
Yes.
Yes.
So what's your favorite meal? So that we can surprise you after the fasting.
Okay. I will tell you. You have it there already.
Really?
Oh, I do.
Okay, we have it here somewhere.
Fresh fish.
Eba.
That's the magic.
Really?
Eba is my favorite.
Wow.
We'll definitely pack one.
We'll pack
take
this
away.
up for you
so when
to
you
take
break,
with you.
Just, you know,
yes.
microwave it.
But
And,
wait.
you know.
We are in the morning. You are packing soup for me to eat. Why don't you make one around 5 or 6 hours?
We could do
So that makes sense.
It can be arranged.
And don't let me drive wrongly. Packing this, putting it in the car. You know.
It can be arranged.
All right, Chef Tina.
All right, Chef Tina.
Let's tell us
we
what you
have
did here.
banga soup, palm kernel, palm nut. So that's the juice I extracted and made this with catfish. The spice, we have a banga spice, the stick, we have a periwinkle in there, then assorted meat, shaki, bomo and all together. Then this is actually healthy. We have our oats, fufu.
Yeah.
If you're watching your weight, and I know you're over 50 now, you don't need to be eating a bar.
Can you imagine?
Should stop hammering this thing so that they won't. A lot of people call me brother will say, uncle, say stop this thing, go back to that brother thing.
All right then. Okay, so you know what? We're out of time, but it's been a pleasure having you in the studio, sir, and all our other guests, all the fashion designers that have shown up today. Of course, Chef Tina, we appreciate you too.
Yeah.
Well
Nice.
done.
Thank you.
Well
Thank
done,
you.
as usual. And of course, you know, we like what we agreed. We're going to be doing something for Sari Balogun later. Now, Homely NG, our friends, we thank you for the kitchen accessories.
And of course, Fola at Fola's Place, we appreciate you for styling our hair. We'll be back tomorrow bright and early to do this again.
All right. See you tomorrow.
Yes,
Bye.
Bye.